do that either immediately after surgery or they can delay it. And oftentimes if they're going to give them radiation therapy, they delay the reconstruction. Okay? So if it's delayed, then the question becomes, what's our principal diagnosis going to be when they come back? Because they no longer have breast cancer. So you're going to be coding that Z42.1, which is specifically says breast reconstruction following mastectomy. So that would be your code. Okay, and if you look on the other, page 277, you'll see that they've given you pictures of the different types of flaps or skin grafts that they can do for reconstruction. And it tells you that if you look in your index, in your PCS index under reconstruction, let's see, that's on page 97. You'll see it says C repair, C replacement, and C supplement. It does not refer you to a transfer. So you may want to make note of that, maybe write it in, because remember, if it's a free skin graft or a free graft, it's going to be that replacement code. But if it's hooked, if it's just like a flap graft and part of that skin is still hooked to its original location, to the blood supply and the nerves, then that's a transfer. And you can see that it doesn't send you to transfer. And if you're looking on this page 277, a lot of times that TRAM, that first one, transverse rectus abdominis muscle, a lot of times that is a transfer. Because see, it's close enough to the breast that they could just move it up. Okay? But it could also be a replacement. If it comes from further down and they have to actually cut it off and move it up to the breast, then that would be a replacement. So the question is, does it stay connected on one side? Does it stay connected to its blood supply and nerves? Then that second one, you see the DIEP, deep inferior epigastric. Look how low that is. That's down on the stomach, abdominal area. They're not going to be able to stretch that up to your breast, so that's going to be a replacement. They're going to have to cut that off and move it up to your breast area. So that's replacement. The latissimus dorsi flap, that's on the side, the back side. There's a possibility that they could move that around. Okay? So that could be a transfer or a replacement. Okay, you'll have to be reading your op reports. And then that last one, I don't believe they're going to move your butt to your breast. You'd be walking pretty weird if that happened. So that one's going to be a replacement. Taking that gluteal free flap. So I just kind of made myself notes down there as to what those were.
So you said that TRAM could be...
TRAM can be either, and I think generally it is a transfer.
Okay.
Really, I think the TRAM and the latissimus dorsi are usually transfers. But you'll have to read. Okay. All right, what else do you have to know? Oh, it also talks about women that come in for breast implants because they want larger breasts, just doing it for appearance. So what do we know about that? What's our principal diagnosis going to be? Encounter for cosmetic surgery. Z41.1. And our root operation for that would be alteration, right? We're going to alter our appearance so it looks better. Yeah, maybe. There are some that look ridiculous, don't they? Okay, then I never have thought this is fair, but it's just the way it is. The people that are getting reduction mammoplasties, that's not cosmetic. We can come up with something. Your back hurts, you got shoulder marks, you know, so those code out to N62, hypertrophy of the breast, and usually are paid for because they're considered.
If you don't, I don't think insurance will pay for it.
Yeah, no. So, for the most part, you got to tell them you got backaches, You're traumatized. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and then we got, what if we have problems with them? So we got N65.0, which is deformity of the reconstruction. So that could be a contour irregularity, or maybe one breast is larger than the other. We've got excessive tissue in the reconstructed breast, or any of those, misshaped. How would you like that? Misshapen breast. And then N65.1 is for disproportion of the reconstructed breast. So there's no asymmetry, or the native breast is drooping. Okay, so we got issues with this reconstructive surgery. And then not only that, but we could have complications of the breast implant. So the device itself, what if it's leaking or it's displaced? Those are going to code out to that T85.1. And of course, if they go in and remove those, then that's a removal of a device, and it'll be a synthetic substitute. And on the next page, it's talking about, okay, what about those women that watch too much 2020 or Geraldo or somebody that's scaring them and showing them horrible disfigurement pictures from their breast implants? They're like, get it out of me, okay? So we do have a code for prophylactic removal of the breast implant, even though there's nothing wrong with it at the time. And that's Z4581, adjustment or removal of a breast implant. And then those on page 278 are just examples of different ways to code those. Okay? Questions about the breast, the endometriosis, any of those things? All right, let's try coding some of these. Let's do 2, 6, and 7, 11, 14, 16, and 18. We'll do as much as we can, huh?
So 11, 14.
Let's see, 2, 6, and 7, 11, 14, 16, and 18.